So this whole time, he's had his signal up in the sky. He's waiting for Superman to come along. All right.
But before that, Batman went through some intensive training. He was lifting weights. He was doing all types of shit. He was building his fucking metal suit. He was building his weapons, their spear, the kryptonite pellets for the fucking grenade launcher. But the thing about it is, it's like, wait a second here. So Metropolis can see the Batman signal?
Yeah.
They're in Metropolis. Gotham has the bat signal. The bat signal is up. I'm like, wait a second here. You mean to tell me that these two cities are only 5 fucking miles away?
Yeah. All right. The way that they have it set up is that Metropolis and Gotham are sister cities, kind of like Oakland and San Francisco, where just an open bay separates the two. All right. Which kind of begs the question. Why does fucking Gotham have such a bad fucking crime rate if Superman is
right fucking there?
Yeah. How has Superman not found Batman and discovered who he is?
And how did Clark Kent not know who Bruce Wayne was? The city is right fucking over there.
I mean, he's literally less than a minute away. Right?
Wait a minute. Superman is like less than a second away.
Yeah.
We're done.
He's less than a second away. All right. Okay. So they go ahead, they get together, they have the big fucking fight. All right. And it's what you expect. Guess what? A lot of the coolest parts you've seen the trailer. All right. Let's just say that.
Okay. Right. One thing that I have to say, Batman was prepared for the fight.
Yes.
That was the only way it was going to work.
Yeah. And they set it up too.
They set that up in order for, Bat trained, Bat got his shit ready. So he went in with the pure purpose of killing this guy.
Yeah.
And he was kind of equipped to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. He was very equipped. All right. In fact, it comes out to the point where, even though a lot of his suit gets torn up, his mask and his helmet gets all torn up.
Oh, Superman still held back.
Yeah, he's, and Superman is admittedly did hold back, all right? He's got Superman on the ropes. He's about to run him through with a fucking spear when he starts gurgling out, Martha. And Batman stops. And he starts asking him, what did you say? Why are you saying that name, all right? And he's like, save Martha, okay? And magically, right at that moment, Lois Lane runs up, covers Superman with her body. He's like, no, don't do it. He's like, why is he saying that name? That's the name of his mother, okay? And that's what causes Batman to stop kicking Superman's ass. And that's when they finally go ahead and decide to work together. Not considering the fact that these are two of the most intelligent fucking characters in all of the DC universe. Batman is a genius, okay? Superman has super intelligence, all right? And these motherfuckers could have figured it out sometime in the previous 90 minutes before this that maybe if they just sat down for 30 seconds, they could have come to a consensus as far as what their fucking purposes were. The reason and manipulation that got them together to actually get to fighting was convoluted as fuck.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
They should have used something else or someone else like Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Just like the Batman Superman movie that was animated. Yeah. Bruce arrives at Metropolis and him and Lois Lane go out and Clark Kent is the jealous one and stuff like that. Batman does the vigilante thing. And look, if it would have been done like that, it would have been way better because at least that would have made a lot more sense.
But that would have required more setup. And
that's true too.
That's the biggest flaw of this fucking movie, all right, is that they're really rushing to get to the point that Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Avengers is already at, okay? And they want to get to Justice League as quickly as possible. And they're really trying to go ahead and make up the ground for, look, it took them 6 fucking movies just to get to the first Avengers, all right? Yeah. Warner Brothers right now is trying to handle the DCEU in the same process with only 3 pictures, okay? All right? That doesn't fucking work. Not for the ensemble that they're going to end up with. Not if they want to go ahead and do this right, okay?
Right.
All right? And that's the biggest flaw with this particular movie. It's not with the people within the movie themselves. It's within the fact that, you know, the folks who are putting together, like I said, they put together the movie by committee. That's how they handled the writing and the plotting and everything. It's just, that's the reason why it feels so fucking random. All right.
One thing that I did find kind of funny was that Batman supposedly is in his 40s.
Yeah.
How old is Superman at this point, and how old was Martha Kent? Because, but okay, that's not a big trivial thing. I'm going to move on.
Well, if you think about it, like if Batman is in his 40s, and they say in the movie very clearly, he's been doing his thing for 20 years. All right, it's not like Batman Begins or Batman from Tim Burton where he just started his fucking career out. All right, he's been doing this for 20 years. There's a type of Batman character that they call in the comics called Bat God, the guy who's prepared for everything. All right, this was the closest fucking representation to Bat God in any form of movie. All right, but again, you've got the guy who makes contingencies for everything, sees every fucking angle, but he doesn't figure out, hey, maybe I could just talk to the dude for a minute.
Right.
And this will save me the whole fucking rigmarole of having to risk my life and possibly thousands of people around me in a fucking fight. Okay? It fucking matters anyways, because lo and behold, after they decide to stop fighting and they show Lex Luthor, hey, Martha Kent is safe in our hands, that's when fucking Lex Luthor unleashes Doomsday. All right?
But before that, Batman goes and rescues Martha Kent.
Yeah.
And that scene, they showcased Batman out.
That was pretty much Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum Batman.
Yeah.
All right.
With bullets, with guns.
Yep.
With motherfuckers being shot. Because there were motherfuckers being shot.
Shot and stabbed, too.
And stabbed by Batman.
Yep. Like I said, so if you're expecting to see the guy who abides by the rule, no.
Yeah, he put motherfuckers through ground. Yeah, he put motherfuckers through wall. He put motherfuckers through boxes, I think.
Yep.
But yeah, there was a couple of parts that were brutal. Yeah. There were. So at the same time that this is going on, Superman goes and flies to Lex Luthor and said no, and the time runs out, and it's like, hey, you're ahead, and he's like, look, my mom say, while this countdown is going on in the background.
Yeah.
So again, with the Superman thing, being intelligent or not, the countdown is going on in the background. They unleash Doomsday, and the way they did Doomsday is the dead body of General Zod. First of all, okay, let's cover the Lex getting inside of the Kryptonian ship.
All right,
because that was this bullshit.
Okay, the way that Lex gets inside the Kryptonian ship is that he decides to cut the fingertips off of General Zod
with a piece of kryptonite, cutting off.
Yeah. To go ahead and get access to the Kryptonian ship that has a Genesis chamber, okay?
So he cuts off Zod's fingerprints and puts them on his fingers and actually gets access to the Kryptonian ship that way.
All right. And if we're assuming that they use fingertip verification, all right, for access, for security access, which the chances of which are just fucking bizarre, okay?
Wasn't that Lex's first time into the ship?
One of, all right. But he sits there, Lex Luthor basically ends up in the ship. He ends up doing what Lex Luthor does pretty much in Superman 2, the old Christopher Reeves movie. He gets access to the Kryptonian logs or records, and he's like, teach me everything, okay? He finds out how the Genesis chamber works, and with that, he takes General Zod's body, brings it over to the Genesis chamber, cuts his hand to add some human DNA to it, and then tells the machine, do your worst to the body, make it into a fucking monster, okay? And that's how they create Doomsday. All right?
Now, okay, that's fine. At least they didn't take the body to LexCorp and create it there.
Yeah, he didn't Frankenstein it himself, all right? That at least we've got that saving grace, okay? Yeah, so Doomsday pops up. He goes after fucking Superman, all right? he basically starts kicking the shit out of Superman. Batman is running around just trying to stay out of the fucking way because he knows that, anything happens to him, he's pretty much just splattered. He turns into a fucking wall stain.
It's kind of funny that Superman takes Doomsday out in space, and these motherfuckers at the government, they launch a nuclear fucking weapon.
Yeah. Yep.
To both of them.
Yep. Sits there, knocks out Superman while they're up in space. Doomsday lands down. Turns out his whole thing is that he absorbs whatever's been thrown at him and he becomes stronger, okay? So that's where he moves from regular Doomsday to bony Doomsday, right? In the meantime, Batman figures out, hey, he's probably made from Kryptonian DNA, all right? So the Kryptonite spear might be able to hurt him, okay? I've got one grenade left and the spear, so I got to go find the spear. Before that happens, though, Lois Lane has decided to take the spear and throw it into a fucking pool of water for no goddamn reason at all, okay? And then during that time, she must have been telepathically linked to Batman. She goes back for the fucking spear. She jumps into a pool of water, okay? The whole apocalyptic fight is going on. The ceiling fucking caves in on her, on top of the fucking water and everything else. And during the middle of this fight, Superman hears Lois Lane
drowning,
beating on the ceiling that's fallen down on top of her.
She kind of sounds like Dirk the Daring at a point.
Once again, he fucking saved her. All right, Deus Ex Machina Lois Lane. All right. So he saves her. He sees the kryptonite spear,
and he goes down to get it. Now this is a major disconnect.
Yeah.
He goes down, he gets it. He can't even bring it up to himself because it's fucking kryptonite. So yep. Lois has to help him up.
Yep. She helps him up. She separates him from the spear. All right. Throws it. Throws it
like what, 10 yards away?
Yeah. Superman, he gets his breather, and then he has this big emotional moment with Lois Lane. Right. Turns out, Doomsday is off in the distance. Wonder Woman finally whips out the lasso of truth. It hasn't.
Well, before that, the way Wonder Woman arrives was not okay. Look, Batman was in the Batmobile about to get obliterated by Doomsday, even though I think he could have swung it off.
Yeah, he could swing off. All right.
But Wonder Woman comes and Doomsday just tries to beam Batman, and she uses her bracelets in order to block the beam.
Yeah. Yep.
And I'm like, no. No. The rest of the time she was using her shield, but I guess this was like she has to use this shit somehow.
Yeah.
But
even then, at that point, the explosion is so fucking big, and it's just a pure fucking energy explosion.
Batman should have been done.
Yeah, Batman should have been dead. All right. It literally burns everything around them for like a fucking half mile.
It wasn't an inhabited part of the city or where this battle was taking place, so there were no people. But buildings and things, there's fire and obliteration. Yep. There's no fucking way that Batman should have lived by that impact alone. Yep. So even though, okay, Wonder Woman is actually chopping up Doomsday and actually not getting touched, not getting hit. Superman shows up, he's getting thrown, he's getting hit, he's getting touched. It's like, wait a second here. Come on. You're not going to convince me that Superman is just going to get his ass whoop when he's faster than Wonder Woman.
Well, the thing about Superman though is that he's not a skilled fighter. All right,
okay, fine.
He's not a trained fighter, and he's never been big on defense because up until this point, this is the first fucking thing that he runs into that can actually hurt him.
Well, that's funny because when Doomsday tried to hit him the first time, Superman caught it.
Yeah.
So why couldn't he do that later on in the fucking fight is beyond me. But, so Wonder Woman even chops off Doomsday's arm and he raw energy and starts to grow some shit back. And it's like, all right. So their only hope, okay, me and you actually was in the theater and we were like, okay, how much do you want to bet that Wonder Woman's going to And I was like, it was a 95% chance.
Yeah.
But the kryptonite spear was used by Superman, and this is a major disconnect. Remember, he went down to this fucking lake to go get this fucking spear, what it should have been Lois Lane to go get it. Now, brings it up, it's near him and shit like that, and she throws it away. So now he flies, he grabs the spear, and he goes straight to Doomsday. And I'm like, wait a second here. Didn't about a minute and 30 seconds ago you couldn't even be near this thing, and now you're flying with it?
Yeah, he couldn't walk. He couldn't stand on his own with this thing close to him, right? So he flies at Doomsday, who's being held back by Wonder Woman, all right? She's got him lassoed up.
Mm-hmm.
Batman shoots him with the last kryptonite grenade, all right?
Right before the stabbing.
Yeah, which weakens him a bit more, so he can't move out of the way. Superman runs him through with the kryptonite spear right into his heart, all right? But Doomsday doesn't die right away, okay? Doomsday grabs him with one hand, all right? His right hand, which got cut off by Wonder Woman, all right?
Comes to form as like some spikes.
Yeah, this big old bone spike, and then he stabs Superman right through the fucking chest, all right? Right through the heart, okay? They sit there. He's got to run all the way through. Superman grabs onto Doomsday, plunges the spear in even deeper, all right? And both of them fall down dead. Yes, Superman dies in this fucking movie. Like I said before, if Henry Cavill, when he fucking read this movie, hoping that it was going to be a Superman 2 movie, a sequel to Man of Steel, he must have been fucking pissed. All right. Wait a minute here. You're telling me the best parts are for fucking Batman and I died again?
Dialogue, battle, the whole 9 yards. Yes. So they tried to throw in the Doomsday versus Superman story along with this.
Yeah.
And as far as Superman getting killed by Doomsday, and they being they tried to throw that in here. And okay, this is the longest. This is one of the longest sequences of an ending, and they tried to drag this out, and I didn't understand as to why, because it's like, okay, look, you have 2 funerals going at the same time.
Yep.
A funeral for Clark Kent and a funeral for Superman.
Yep.
To try to keep that shit separate as far as, okay, yeah, but it's funny how in the Daily Planet paper, it has, we lost one of our own, Clark Kent.
Yep.
And at the same time, Superman dead on the front fucking page. And you have these 2 separate funerals going at the same time, and Batman talks to Wonder Woman, and he talks about bringing people together, and I'm like, wait a second here. No. Oh, and by the way, Lex Luthor knows who the Flash is. Lex Luthor seen Aquaman and discovered him. LexCorp also, they know how Cyborg came to be, and they have a photo of Wonder Woman from like 100 years in the past.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, wait. So LexCorp has all this information on all these fucking heroes, or would be heroes sooner or later, and it's like, huh? That's not a good grip to have a fucking story.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got the funerals going on. You get Lex that gets thrown in the fucking jail, and guess how he gets bald, people?
They shave him after admitting him into jail.
That's why he's bald.
Yep.
And then when he's in jail, whatever, the lights go out and Batman appears. We get, and he's about to brand, with the Bat brand that the Reverend said earlier, he's about to brand Lex Luthor with it. And Lex goes on this freaking fucking diabolical fucking explanation as far as what's coming, you can't stop it, and so on and so forth.
The dinner bell has been rung. Ding, 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 ding.
That was annoying.
Yeah. All right.
So now, and then, okay, Bruce Wayne goes to Wonder Woman. It's like, look, we start gathering all these people, and, because it's just a hunch.
Because they're going to have to come together, and they're going to have to fight. And she's like, fight what? He's like, I don't know. It's just a feeling.
Just a feeling.
And then that's how the movie ends. All right.
Pretty much. And these 2 funerals went on way too fucking long. Oh, and and Clark was going to surprise Lois with a fucking ring of marriage. So
Yeah.
there are, so by the way, Superman and Lois Lane, they're already a couple at this point.
Yeah. So
And she knows his secret identity and so on and so forth.
Yep.
So
well,
it's like
she figured it out in the first movie. So yeah, that's one thing. I think the biggest problem, all right, with the movie as a whole, okay, is that there's some sticking points here, all right.
Yeah.
Number one being, okay, Doomsday and The Dark Knight Returns, those particular storylines came about after 50 years of fucking Batman and Superman lore, all right, and comic book literature, okay? That wasn't something that was just kind of thrown out there. The reason why they're so historic and iconic in comic book history is because there was a lot that built up toward that, and it paid off in a big way, all right? Why Warner Brothers went ahead and used two of the biggest fucking storylines that they've ever come upon, ever, all right, in the history of comics for this one movie is beyond me, all right? That's something that I would have seen them building up toward, like maybe later, a few more movies down the road, but not right away, okay? That's what they're trying to build the whole DCEU on, all right? That's two things that stuck out to me. The other thing that really stuck out to me is that Lex Luthor knows the secret identities to all the members of the fucking Justice League.
Before they become the Justice League.
Yeah, before they become the Justice League. The only other person that I think it would be worse to know all the secret identities of Justice League, like you said, was the Joker. All right, the Joker would go out and he would kill everybody surrounding them. Okay, he wouldn't kill them, but he would kill their friends and family.
Martha Kent would have been dead.
Yeah, she would have been dead. All right?
She would have been done. She would have been gone.
Yep.
And the thing about it, it's funny how when Superman confronted Lex about it, and he was like, "Where is she?" Yeah, he was about to see a hole right through Lex. I mean, he wasn't. Look, Superman was pissed. He was about to I-beam him, and that would have been it. He didn't care. He's like, "Where is she? Where is she? Where is she?" But yeah, goodness. Okay. Again, as we said in a previous video, this movie is not as bad as the Ghostbusters trailer.
No, it's not.
But the thing about it is, this movie could have been way better if it would have followed certain types of tone and continuity to actually make fucking sense. In the long run. I mean, okay, the disconnects weren't all that bad, but there were certain disconnects that were like, wait a minute, why? How? This doesn't make any sense.
And the problem with it is the story isn't as focused as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If less would have been more, it would have served the picture better. All right. Yeah. If they had less things going on all at once.
Because I figure it like this: they should have concentrated on the Batman versus Superman part and have them.
That would have eaten up two hours right then and there.
Right.
No bullshit.
And should have ended it right there.
Yeah.
And then the next movie focus on them coming together and battling 2 hours of adversity and then going after Lex.
Yeah,
that would have been way fucking better.
Yeah, it would have worked out a lot better. The biggest problem with the movie, like I said in our review video, is that you've got a story that seems like it was put together by committee. People kept on coming in and they kept on adding parts, and nobody said no. Right?
Yeah.
And they just ended up with shoehorning in way too much stuff. Unfortunately, the thing about Zack Snyder is that he knows how to make things look good. He knows how to make things. He knows how to handle comic book action on screen. Okay, that is one thing that he's able to do. Unfortunately, when it comes to the rest of the other connecting storyline parts, he's not very good at that at all.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
The thing about it is they should have had certain pieces of source material right in front of them.
Yeah.
In order to make this story better than what it was.
Yeah.
In order to make the meetings better than what it was. In order for Wonder Woman to show up, there should have been something else. They should have made her more involved. The Batmobile got more coverage than Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
In this movie.
Yeah, because she's only in the movie realistically for like 15, 20 minutes, and that's it.
And the Batmobile did more fighting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's ridiculous.
It's one of those things where it's really, really strange how that worked out. No, actually, it's not really strange. It's just, unfortunately, it lived up to what I expected. All right, and it reflected what I was kind of, what we've kind of said about like the movie and our trailer reaction.
Yeah.
You know, about how it looked like there was just way too much shit that they're trying to shove in, even though it's already 2.5 hours long. All right, but that's a long fucking movie as it is. All right. The reason why when you have too many things and you're trying to give them just split up that many pieces in the 2.5 hour segment, then you don't ever end up giving the important parts as much service as they need for them to have the fullest impact that they can have. All right, which is the reason why at the end of the day, even though, like I said, there was a lot of points where I was entertained, but I wasn't left thinking that this was a classic. This was a great movie. All right. It was an okay movie. All right.
Yeah.
It's not a steaming pile of shit, but
right.
It's not great. Okay.
There were, like I said, there were good points. There were. Nothing was spectacularly horrible for me to get up and walk. Yes, there were disconnections. Yes, there are certain things that could have been better. Yes, the pacing could have been way better. The tone could have been set way better, especially with Lex Luthor, because he wasn't fucking Lex Luthor.
He wasn't.
But Ben Affleck as Batman, hey, I will be the first to say on camera, I was fucking wrong. I was worried about Ben Affleck as Batman when he was first announced to be fucking Batman. I was like, Ben Affleck is Batman? What the fuck? And look, again, I was wrong about that. I won't call him the best Batman, but he actually did a good fucking job as Batman.
And a big part of that has to come from the fact that the best parts of the movie were written for Batman. Okay?
Yeah.
The best parts of the movie were written for Batman. Majority of the parts written for Superman were fucking depressing. Okay, let's just be honest. They were depressing. All right.
They tried to shove a love story down our throats, which was barely even there or mentioned.
They sit there, they give it like maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and that's it.
Well, they gave it like 3 or 4 scenes. Yeah, you saved this broad. You saved Wonder Woman what, 3 fucking times in this movie?
Lois Lane. He saves Lois Lane quite a few times in the movie. All right, and it's just one of those things where it's also another one of those parts of the Superman lore where it's something that doesn't need to be stated all the time. Okay. We already know he's interested in Wonder Woman. All right. The quickest way to go ahead and get to Superman is through Lois Lane. Yeah. All right. We already know he's in love with Lois Lane. The quickest way to get to Superman is through Lois Lane. Okay. It doesn't need to be put front and center so many fucking times.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. So, wow.
I mean,
damn, those were some long ass funerals.
Yeah, those were really long. You know.
And of course, they gave the hint of Superman not being really dead at the end.
Yeah, you know.
And there was nothing post credits.
No, but I think here's the problem. All right, and this has been my biggest criticism of Warner Brothers' handling of the DCEU from the very fucking beginning. All right, they're trying to play catch up, and because of that, they've announced a lot of stuff, but they don't have anything really planned out. All right. Or really anything already in the works, okay? The only thing that's already been in the works for the DCEU has been Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. They're supposed to be set for filming the first Justice League movie starting April.
Oh, and maybe Lego Batman movie.
Well, that's the Lego movie, guys.
Yeah, but still.
That's published by Warner Brothers Studios, but completely different production company, all right? The thing about Warner Brothers' handling of the DCEU is that they're playing catch up, and they're thrown all this shit at the wall, all right, and they're hoping that everything is going to stick without actually working it out on the basic level, script, story, and everything else.
Ugh.
The reason why Marvel was able to go ahead and do, okay, at the end credits, we're going to have a teaser here leading up to the next thing, is because they already had the next thing planned out.
Yeah.
By the time that they got that movie done, all right? So they could insert that part, and people can go ahead and look at it and go, oh, so that's where we're going next, all right? The thing about the Marvel Universe and the way that they've had it, they've charted it from day fucking one, all right? This is what we're going to start with. This is where we're going to end up, all right? And this is how we're going to fill the gaps in between, okay?
So from that point, next up, X-Men and Civil War.
Yep. We'll see how those go.
Yeah. But this movie, it could have been a lot better, but it could have been a lot worse. I'm still sticking at my 6 to 6.5 rating. It did entertain.
Yeah, like I said, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. And if you go by grade school grading, all right, that's a C. All right. It's an average movie. It's not great. It's not horrible. It passes. All right. But for what I was hoping them to go toward, I think they missed the full potential of the stories that they had in their hands.
Yeah.
All right. With that, everybody, thank you for watching this video. I think actually what we're probably going to do is that, given the amount of time, we might split this up in two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for watching through the spoilers with us. You know, like I said before in the previous review video, if you've seen the movie, if you have thoughts, comments, and everything else, leave them below. If you're so kind, please hit the subscribe button. All right. We're usually here once every week, putting videos out on a regular basis. You know.
Hey, we're up for opinions. Let us know what you thought about the movie. Let us know how you felt about it. Maybe we missed something. Maybe we saw something differently than what you may have saw. How you may have seen it. Look, you know, we're open-minded guys.
Yep.
So just go ahead, leave your comments below and tell us how you feel.
Yep. You know, we're always open to comments. You know, we're currently the two middle-aged guys spoiling Batman v Superman for you. All right. I am the Reverend.
This is the theme.
Go ahead and close this out, Theme.
Credits.